Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lori Anne Casdia. Our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day and enjoying this beautiful weather. I think it's beautiful no matter what kind of weather there is. But today I want to talk about what a lot of people are doing these days. Some people are job hunting, right? They're going out there trying to find a new job, a different job. But what if you're unclear of your vision and passion, and you're kind of ignoring it, but you're not sure where you want to end up, and you have this opportunity. And this is what I'm looking at during this time is we have an opportunity to follow our dreams and passions, but some of us don't know how to go about obtaining it or pursuing it. And people like GuestLisa Strahs-Lorenc, who is here today with us, welcome Lisa, from Go Career Compass, is going to help us kind of wade through all that. Welcome to the show, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Lori Anne. It's great being here. And everything you said is absolutely true. We need to find our passion for what we do.
Without a doubt. I love your philosophy is find the job you're passionate about and love, and you will always love what you do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, let me just give a little background about you. It owns 3 businesses, worked 5 nonprofits, 2 software development companies, post-secondary education institutions, and has a B.S. in early childhood education and an M.P.S. with a specialization in career counseling. So you do have a passion for workforce development for over, 30 years, right?
More than that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm so glad you're here because I think this is a really good time. I see a lot of my friends, a lot of their children going out and trying new things, and I'm so excited about it. I have a lot of mentoring clients who are coming after some strategies for business strategies, and we're working together so they can start and jumpstart their own businesses and have a lot of freedom in their lives, right?
And necessity. The necessity right now is to figure it out.
Yeah.
This is a time frame where we're all trying to gather our resources and figure out sort of what direction we want to go in. Some of us are forced to do something else, to do something different. We may not go back to the same job. So we're going to have to figure out what else and what other options we have.
Yeah, and that's exciting though. Change is exciting. Some people are nervous about change, but change is exciting. It's really meant to happen this way. So if you embrace it, it just goes a lot easier as opposed to fighting it. But your company is called Go Career Compass, and I really want you to explain the inspiration behind this new company.
Sure. This is its 3rd week. So this is very exciting and very new, but something that has manifested for so many years for me. This opportunity came because I didn't have the direction that I needed in my own life. So let's go back to 1972, growing up on Long Island, graduating from high school, going for a degree that, guess what? There were no jobs.
Yeah.
I did my 4 years of school. I got my degree, and I come out, and not one person said to me, hey, this is not an area you need to go into. There's no opportunities here. And maybe that was the responsibility of me. I'm not sure at my age, but there wasn't a guidance counselor, and there certainly wasn't anybody in college that told me that there might have been other opportunities or other directions to go into. And so I was pretty much lost. And many of us, of course, have degrees, perhaps we don't use, and trying to figure out now the new inspiration of where we should be. So I wandered around a few different jobs and then decided to do my master's degree in specialization in career counseling because I truly wanted to help people find direction that I didn't have.
Oh gosh, and you're so good at that. You're so good at helping people find the proper direction.
You know what I see? I see that people have such untapped resources and skills and abilities that they just haven't figured out yet.
It's here.
It is here. It's in their hearts, in their souls.
It's in your chest, your chest.
And they just have to have somebody sort of rah-rah supporting them and saying, try this.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity for you. This is the right time.
If I did what the testing told me that I should have done back in high school, I would be not a happy girl because they had me going into science of all things. I just was a good test taker and I was, good at sciences and things like that, but I had no passion in it. I think it's interesting and I'm interested in it, but I didn't want to do it. And that's a totally different thing.
Yes.
Totally different thing. So if I went by those, and maybe that's what a lot of people do is they get told, okay, here you go. And here's your pigeonhole. No one is pigeonholed, and you can change your career, especially these days. And I find this more common than not, is that you change your careers 2 to 3 times on average. The average bear changes career direction 2 to 3 times in their career, during their career. So, if that's, and you're seeing the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in my own, you read a little biography here.
Yes.
So you can see that I transferred my skills, realized that I was really good with marketing, interpersonal relationship skills and things. So I fell into a few things. But I think at this point, I think that people really need to see the kinds of connections and the open doors. So what I really saw was a workforce gap. And I saw it, of course, in my own sense because I had something that really wasn't marketable. But I also knew Long Island. And Long Island has rich opportunities that people don't know about. And I am not just talking about students. I'm talking about people who are unemployed. I'm talking about people with job changers. I'm talking about displaced homemakers. I'm talking about people who, are just trying to figure it out. And again, may not have a job to go back to. So what are those opportunities and how come we can't communicate that back and forth?
Absolutely. And before we jump into that, and I love this whole thing, is I want to circle back to something that you said about having all these tools. And I talk about tool belts and putting all these tools in every career that I've experienced. All of those tools have served me in the next career that I had. And right now, all of those tools serve me today in the career that I have, and you as well.
Too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So it's important to look at the tools that people have and repurposing those tools and how important it is to really recognize the tools that you have. It's not just knowing this or that. It's all of the tools, even the things that you do in your passion as far as hobbies and things like those are tools that we have.
That's right.
Sometimes you need somebody like yourself to connect those dots and say, well, what about this? And when I went to school, there weren't things and opportunities and degrees in what you can get in higher education. And you don't just have to go to secondary school to be very useful in the workforce and have a lot of different opportunities in the workforce. So I absolutely advocate for both, whatever is good for you. Some people don't want to go to second education, but I was just looking, I was talking to my son about this, is when I went to school, there wasn't a career as a sommelier like my son is. I was like, if that was the case, I would have signed that in a heartbeat. But that wasn't available then, but it is now. But again, for him, he could have just gone to a trade school and experienced the same thing. So let's talk more about the opportunities that are out there, Lisa.
So the big question is, who tells people about the opportunities? Okay, where are they and how do people find out about them?
Go Career.
So that's
Go Career Compass.
That's how it came.
Yeah.
It came about from my own difficulties and also seeing people for so many years. I saw people not only who were recent grads, but of course in their 30s and 40s, and they said to me, if only I had known, or if only I had pursued,
sure,
or if only I had tried something else, I might have been happier. And then you get to the point where you're afraid to try something. Or it's, again, you spoke about change. People are not really great with change.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
but what's the worst thing that they could?
Exactly.
What's the worst that could happen?
So you fail. What does that mean?
Actually, most success comes from failure.
That's true.
Look at Mr. Hershey. He failed 3 companies, like really badly, like it was a bad fail.
Yes.
3 times, and then finally he got the Hershey Corporation and he got it all together. But all the tools he learned along the way allowed him to find that success. So, and then again, what's the failure? It's like asking someone on the date. The worst case scenario is you weren't on a date to begin with, so it's okay. Same thing with a career. You try it, or it's not successful, then you go back. You can always go back to what you were doing.
That's right.
But if you never try, I've never heard somebody say, I wish I hadn't tried. I have never heard that in my, I'm not doing math, but in my many years, I've never heard that. Have you ever
absolutely
heard that?
Right.
No.
Absolutely
No.
right. And again, that positive outlook.
Yeah.
Your head and your mind has to be in, hey, I want to try this because there's nothing wrong with trying it.
Yeah.
And what a great opportunity for me. And I see those. And that's the one side. I'll tell you the cry from the other side.
Yeah.
The cry from the other side is, I really need a workforce. Now, who's saying that? Right? I did an online lesson and I heard it from the manufacturing industry.
Yeah.
And here was the big aha moment. Patrick Boyle, who's the executive director of Ignite Long Island, the trade association for the manufacturing industry, states there were 1,300 unfilled jobs in the manufacturing industry. And I went, oh, you have to be kidding me. Who knew that? And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Who knows that?
Yeah.
And I had that epiphany of, I have to do something. And this is an educational initiative. I come from an educational background and also a business background and also not-for-profit background. So why don't I make those connections for people? Why don't I show people that there are those gaps?
Yeah.
And let's communicate and figure out what those are.
Yeah.
So
you're like the connector for jobs.
Let's not use the word job. I'm going to tell you why.
Opportunities.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why I stay far away from that word.
Well, you're
Number
not a
one,
placement.
Correct.
You're
I'm
not
not a headhunter.
Right.
Some people are really great at that. I'm not a placement service. I'm not a personnel service. I'm not an employment agency. I am an educational connector that will demonstrate through virtual videos the kinds of opportunities that exist in companies. And those companies, through this great medium, can show their company culture, their company personality, their type of workforce, and through tours and such, they will absolutely get out the word of who they are.
Yeah.
And it brings life. This is more than marketing. This is not just an ad.
Yes.
This is the in-depth personality of what that company is.
Well, it's the culture. You want to see what culture you're going to go into, and you're always kind of doing a crapshoot because you're not sure. You're being told something. This allows you to actually see it in play. So it's a very unique offering that you have.
It is.
It's a very unique offering. So why now?
I say this is the best time for this.
I too. I agree.
We seize, as you said, the opportunities, and we also look at the challenges. So the challenge, of course, is students who are coming out trying to figure out, what am I going to do now?
Right.
And people now who can't go back to the jobs that existed before.
Yeah.
Or people who are assessing the skills and saying, hey, this is my moment. This is the time where I can actually do something else. And why not? Why not try something? Hey, I might go into the manufacturing industry in sales. Oh, I didn't know they had sales in manufacturing, or they have accounting in manufacturing. But of course, your hands-on people love being machinists and love being assemblers. But did you know that it's a different look? The factory doesn't look like it did in the past.
Right.
These are years of technology. So to show that and have people see these opportunities is just, to me, the most exciting thing I could ever do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm finally the captain of my ship in all the years of accumulating different tools
Yep.
and different networks and different kinds of jobs that I had.
Yeah.
I can see that this really culminates in what I want.
Yeah, I love that you call it that you're an educational connector, and I love that you're educating people on both sides.
Yes.
Who needs the workers and who needs people to come into their environment, their community, on their team, and the people who are looking for different opportunities, who want to see what's out there, and it isn't status quo manufacturing anymore. It's very state of the art.
Right.
It's not what it used to look like in the movies. You know, it's really a lot more productive, efficient, requirement of brain power. So it's not just repetitive tasks and stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There are people who love that. God bless.
Yes.
You know, repetitive tasks for me, I don't enjoy that. I like a different challenge every day. So that doesn't really work for me, but that's why I'm a strategist.
Yes.
So I have a different strategy that I'm setting up for different companies. And I love the aspect of what you do. And how do you keep your visitors there on your website?
So that's an interesting thing. To me, I've done website development before. I worked for some companies that had website development and all.
Sure.
So I know they need to be dynamic.
Very.
So when I was putting together the website with the help of John Richardson from QuickCast, we found something that would be always dynamic. You could always change the blogs. You could always change the articles. I want people to go to it understanding that this is something that will, day by day, they will get new information, and they can read and they can learn. And the other aspect that I really love is I want to bring in experts. Again, educational. So I want people like you who can speak about how to inspire people, a positive mindset, to help propel people in the right direction. So there are two sides of this. There's the people side.
Yes.
And then this quote, the business or workforce side. So there'll be advice from both ends. But again, educational advice. I'm not doing sponsorships. This is not what this is about.
Right.
This is really to help people get more understanding and hopefully get to the next level of where their careers are. So this website, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Will actually show the value of being there. And once people become, quote, a member, which is free,
right,
they will be able to get updates. So there'll be constant updates of new videos that have come out, new information that's coming out, a newsletter. So again, dynamic, because it really needs to hone in on people's needs. And again, the business needs as well.
Now let me circle back.
Yep.
Go Career Compass is a free membership.
Yes, it is.
So what's the value offered to the Long Island companies and organizations to participate and go?
So I think that, as Patrick Boyle stated, how do we get out the word about, we'll take manufacturing. How do we get out the word that this is a very viable career industry that's been around, the history, the rich history of Long Island,
sure,
its manufacturing industry,
yeah,
and aerospace, et cetera, and the Creative Aviation Museum and all that exciting stuff.
Oh, there's so much greatness on Long Island.
Who knows about the pharmaceutical industry now? Huge. Who knows about biochemical? Who knows about all those industries? So that's one industry example. And so I'm the vehicle for them to get out. These videos will now highlight them, and I see an opportunity to not only speak to the president on the highest level, but the opportunity of somebody who just came into the company. So why are you working here?
Yeah.
What attracted you? What were your goals? What were you getting? So the entry-level person understands that. And then you interview a senior person. How many years you've worked here? How'd you start? How'd you grow? These insights are insights that are really not anywhere else.
And those are, and it's great because you can really connect. People will connect to that because they're like, oh, I want that. Oh, that's what I feel. Oh, I want a job that does that. And on all different levels. And I love that you're speaking to all different levels because you have to enter at some point.
You do.
Entry level is not a bad word. Some people are like, I don't want to come in on entry level. No, it's not a bad word because you're going to learn. And my dad taught me years ago that if I was going to be a CEO of my company, that I had to make sure I worked in my warehouse if I had a warehouse and work every single job so that when I'm sitting up there and thinking and having my vision and setting up strategies, I'm aware of the complexities of each of the jobs and the value of every single person in the company. So it's really important. Entry level positioning is really important to your skill set. Yes. It's real important to your tool belt. Yes. And it's real important to go out and dive in and see if their culture fits what resonates with you, right?
Yes, true. And then you have to know the rest of your value. Yes. I'm a networker.
Yes.
And so social media and people who know me, they know what I've done all these years.
Yeah.
They know, you live by character and you live by reputation. And the things that I've done, I've been very proud of. Every place that I've worked, I've been proud of what I've done. And of course, I plunge deeply into anything.
Yeah.
And so all those people still are my connectors.
Sure.
And so when I post something, they look at it and they understand that I'm doing this because I really believe in it.
Right.
And it's something that it's really nice. I'd like to make some money from it. That would be nice. But you know what? Money is not the priority right now. The priority truly is to make sure that these gaps are addressed and that we actually have a qualified workforce. Oh. It's really interesting. A long time ago in previous not-for-profit, I had heard in Austin, Texas, that they actually took a bus of people. I guess they were entry-level, maybe graduates or something, and they took them to companies all down this main road or whatever. And we always used to say, do our people know what's happening on off the LIE? Do our people know what's happening in the HIA park?
A lot of people don't know about it. They don't even know that it's the second largest industrial park in the world.
That's right. And you've got Melville area. The pockets are amazing, and people can complain about housing and complain about taxing, complain about everything else. But you know what? We're here. And we are growing Long Island. And if we want to continue to have our wonderful workforce and the people who live and breathe here, we really need to fill those gaps and start educating better.
Absolutely.
And this is not, I love it, this is not college or no college. This has nothing to do with that. This has to do with opportunities. Who's going to tell people about what we have here on Long Island? Manufacturing is a great example, and that's why I'm leading with a 4-part video of that. And I can't wait for that to come out. But after that, it could be a specific company. It could be another a nonprofit. It could be anything, but with the reality of communicating. Because those needs and those opportunities are not communicating. And then we result in, so many people leave. What are we going to do about it? Enough of that. I'm on the positive side. Okay, we have to keep our people here because there are opportunities here. And let's figure out how we meld the traits. And one of the things that I have on my, again, career counseling background. So one of the things that I have on the click on the top of my website is for prospective employees. I have a sheet that they can download and they can figure out, what do I like? What am I good at? What have I done in the past? They need to assess. Listen, look at all the things that I've done. And once you take stock of that, you can really see now, hey, there are other things I can do. But again, you have to be able to look at yourself and see that. And people don't do that on a regular basis. It is
so true. We are speaking with Lisa Strahs-Lorenc. She's from Go Career Compass. And so excited about having this. And the energy is wild here in the studio as we're on Facebook Live. Hi to everybody out there. I see some questions coming in. So we are going to take a short break, but we will be right back. You are listening to Healthy Lifestyle with Lori Anne, and see you in a couple. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lori Anne Casdia. Well, if you have any questions, comments, or ideas on what you'd like to hear more about, please email us at healthylifestylewithla or follow us on social media at Healthy Lifestyle with LA. As you can see, we are live today on Healthy Lifestyle, and you can catch us at Healthy Lifestyle with LA on Facebook anytime you want. We love hearing from you, and we're going to answer some of these questions that are coming in. And we do answer every email personally, so no worries. We are here with the great, wonderful, just dynamic Lisa Strahs-Lorenc from Go Career Compass. So loving what you're doing, Lisa, and you're filling that hole. You found a gap. You're filling that gap. You're going out there, and I say it all the time on the show, is that do what you're passionate about, and money will follow. And you were like, I of course you want to make money, but that's not your first priority. But money will follow because you have that mindset. And we speak about mindset all the time here. I'm a mindset mentor, and real important, that positivity. You are the ultimate example of positivity. You just ooze just energy and positivity and pure joy at what you do.
Thank you. But I want to explain something really interesting, because people look at me and say, wow, you're so bubbly, so enthusiastic and all. That was truly a choice, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, it is a choice.
I'm going to tell you why. I had 3 early deaths of family members, people who were very young, okay? A mother who was 26, a father who was 57, a husband who was 56. Wow. And those choices now on how you're going to live your next chapter, you could become a depressed, angry, sad person if that's what you decide. Yeah. And I decided not to live like that. Yeah. I live my life every day, making the most of my day. It is a present to me. Yes. And there are many people who've overcome many challenges. I gave you just some examples. I just want people to understand that people can change how they look at things, how they act, how they are. Change is hard, of course, but to not do that and to face now saying, what if I had, or had I only done this, or regret that you didn't have the opportunities, who can live with that? There are no rearview mirrors in life. That's right. So there are no rearview mirrors. It happened, whatever happened, you can either make something of yourself or you can allow it to consume you. I too have had some great losses. I too have had challenges, uphill challenges, and I could have buried myself and thrown covers over my head. That's just not me. It never has been. I try to find a way to just move on to the next chapter. And however that works for every individual, and there's no judgment in it. Right. It's just that it has to work for you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I say it all the time. It's none of our business what anybody else thinks. Right. We have to be happy with it. We have to feel good. When you're doing the right thing because you're happy, you're joyous, you're feeling good. It is a choice. Every day is a choice to find the joy.
find the happiness. We can do that double lens thing I talk about, which is we can look at everything with gloom and doom, or we can look at everything and find all the happiness. In every picture, try it. Put yourself in a situation right now, wherever you are, look at it from a, oh my gosh, I can't believe standpoint, and completely out of your control. And then look at it as okay, what am I supposed to learn here? This is a gift. I'm lucky I'm here. I love what I do. If I don't love what I do, I'm going to find something that I'm passionate and do it by going to Go Career Compass to get that guidance and find out what's out there. It's so exciting that you have so many things out there, opportunities out there that people can take a look at. And I love when we last left off in the last segment, you were talking about how individuals can download one sheet and answer these questions and be able to have guidance and direction from that. And it's right on your website.
Yes, it is.
GoCareerCompass.com.
Yep.
So I love that. So what will be the first company organization that you offer its story? I think I know the answer to this.
Yeah, so exciting. Long Island's manufacturing industry.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. Not only did I interview 3 incredible company leaders, but I also interviewed Patrick Boyle, and he's Trade Association for Ignite Long Island. So he knows the manufacturing industry and he knows the challenges of it. So he'll open up the whole thing, and then it's a 4-part series. So they'll see interviews with each individual. They'll also get contact information. This is really important. Taking the reins and deciding to do something. Hey, why not call up this person and say, hey, this is what I've done. Maybe there are opportunities. Give me some advice. Yeah. Why not? Why not ask? What's the worst that happens? They say, well, we don't really have anything, but you could go to whatever. I mean, if you haven't tried it, again, what are you risking? So again, contact information about the individuals.
You risk nothing by stepping outside that barrier and being in a comfort zone. That's not a good thing. And I'll tell you why, because it's too comfortable and then you go nowhere. There's no movement in a comfort zone. You need to feel a little uncomfortable. It's okay. You get used to it. I got used to feeling uncomfortable. Now I don't feel comfortable when I'm not uncomfortable, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes,
so I like to be a little uncomfortable. I like trying new things, reaching out. That's how I learn new tools. That's how I get to try new things. I meet new people. And is it always comfortable? No, not at all.
I remember in science, we learned about stress. Yeah. And there's something about how if you don't have stress in your life, you just like this.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Flatline. Yeah.
Flatline. Yeah. So a little bit of stress. Obviously, crazy stress is, too much to handle.
Well, it's controllable. It's controllable. And I don't even look at it as stress. It's just uncomfortable. So I don't find being uncomfortable stressful. It's just uncomfortable. Stress is when you have just too much stuff and you're overwhelmed, and that's stress. Yes. And we want to reduce that as much as possible to live a healthy lifestyle. Sure. And doing things like this for yourself is taking steps in the direction of having a healthy lifestyle. And I want to remind everybody, because you said something about being in the habit and making it a choice. It takes 21 days to change your habit, to build a new habit, 90 days to change a lifestyle. So if you could commit to yourself to try something new and commit to it for 90 days, you have just positively impacted your lifestyle and changed it in a different direction. You've changed the direction of the ship. You're starting to turn it. And ships don't turn quickly. No. It takes a long time to turn the ship. It's okay. Make the commitment to yourself. Yes. Make that commitment and have the mindset that you're going to turn the ship one day at a time, a little bit at a time. So
I think you also have to be flexible, and flexibility comes from seeing that things do change. So right now, my path is, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a certain sort of way that I see it. Now, somebody might come to me and say, well, what about this? And if I feel that it's something appropriate and something that I really believe in and want to get out, sure, I'll change again. Again, this first video series is absolutely the word that we need to get out about the manufacturing industry. But after this, it could be a specific company on Long Island that's crying for a better workforce. Or it could be another industry that's saying, hey, I really don't have the kinds of people that I need to grow. To grow our workforce. So, again, the flexibility of realizing that you can grow in different directions, and each individual needs to see that and realize that. That's my message. Message to people.
That's a very strong message. And what other educational goals is this is Go Career Compass going to do?
So part of what I want to do is take information through articles and things, because there's so much out there, and put it into a way that people will at least access it. So it might be job satisfaction, a great article about job satisfaction, or it might be something about how to keep your employees happy.
Yeah.
Because wait, if you're going to train and you're going to recruit, what about if they start leaving? How come they're not happy?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
There's a lot of costs with recruiting, and there's a lot of costs with onboarding.
Yes.
And so you want to retain them too, and you want to retain the right person.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so this, again, articles that show that, and experts that speak to different areas of the business need.
Sure.
And for you, a positive mindset, because I can't wait for your expert advice as well on the blog part.
Sure.
That's going to be really empowering to people.
Yes.
I want people to feel that they can take a hold of their lives in their careers and figure out some opportunities and open doors. That's what I love doing. I love making people see that you don't have to stay where you are, that there are all kinds of places you can go and be happy about it.
Yes.
And yes, you're right. It can be uncomfortable. It can be a challenge and all. You look like somebody like Oprah Winfrey. I mean, what incredible challenges in her life, and look at where she is.
Sure. If you look at any successful person, look at their background. They had a lot of challenges. They had a lot of hurdles. I call them hurdles. They jumped those hurdles.
Yes.
They had a lot of gremlins in their own head that they had to jump. That's part of the mindset. You have to let it go. You have to address it and then let it go and move on.
Einstein's mother was told that he was terrible in math.
Yes.
Yes. And would send home notes all the time that he was failing, science and math. I mean, there's so many examples. 383 inventions by Einstein.
Wow. Who couldn't do math. All math-based, by the way, the inventions. So again, I would have been in science, wouldn't have been passionate about it. Business and marketing, strategy, absolutely. They would have never put me in there if I took that test again. Yes. So it's an interesting thing, and it gives a lot of hope to people to be able to try something else. And so you're not in a dead-end job. In my mind, there's no such thing as a dead-end job. It's just whether or not you have the strength and the bravery to jump out of it and take a little bit of a risk for yourself.
Yes.
And to me, that's an investment in yourself. And what's the worst thing that can happen? You have to just jump back into what you were doing before.
Now, logistically, when they come in, we're setting it up now.
Sure.
Again, with the help of John Richardson, my associate, he's got the technical abilities and all. I just have all the ideas.
Yeah, you have a bomb of a team. It's awesome.
So he's helping me set up a whole free membership, so that people have information. Right. We are not selling the membership to anybody, no third party, anything. But we want to have at least a database so that when new videos come out, I can send them out to them and make sure that they have all the updates.
Sure.
And they have information, of course, from the newsletter about other things that are happening, maybe articles that are coming up, so that they, again, stay close to growing. The way to grow is you always are educating yourself.
Yes.
You always see the new opportunities that are ahead of you. So again, it'll be dynamic. I hope that by the end of the week, this will be set up. I also hope to deliver those 4 videos. And again, slowly, we'll start with Ignite Long Island, then we'll go to the different companies. And by the way, one of the interviews was a 3rd-generation president. This is a woman president of a machine quote shop, and it's amazing. I mean, she's so inspiring, and the work that she does is so essential. Yeah. And I did a tour of the shop as well.
Yeah, no. So it's and I know you, Lisa. If you say it's going to be done by the end of the week, it'll be done before the end of the week, because you're an overachiever. What do you hope to accomplish and impact with this company?
I would like to see people. And again, the measurement is a tough one, is, challenging. How do you see how many people now changed to a different career and decided to go into a different area? I can measure perhaps how many people visit. I can measure perhaps how many people, the companies tell me, they made phone calls and all. Really hard to see that, okay, this person decided to leave their career and go someplace else, or this person was unemployed. All I can say is that the stories, it's all about the stories. Yeah. When you hear somebody was inspired, changed their lives, did something different, it's story by story, person by person. Yes. You know that that seashell story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Share it with our listeners.
Okay.
They may not know.
Okay. So what a beautiful story, because it really shows what we're talking about.
Yes.
So a person's walking across, along the beach, And all the way down, he sees like lots of seashells all over the place. Actually, this starfish. And goes closer and sees this child just taking starfish and tossing them back into the ocean.
Yep.
And he says to the child, "You're never going to be able to save all the starfish." And the child says, "That's okay. I'll save them one starfish at a time."
Yeah.
And it just... This is, by the way, from Cancer Treatment Center of America.
Yeah.
When we were there, they gave us the starfish poem, and I had already known about it. But again, they were trying to save lives one at a time.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about the impact that somebody like you or somebody like me has.
Yeah, and it is one at a time. And I assure you, don't worry about the analytics on it because they do come back. The clients come back head to toe. Goosebumps right now because it's so true. And I emphatically, encourage you with this. Clients come back and they tell you how you saved their life. They tell you how you changed their lives. And what the reality is you and I aren't doing any of it, but help facilitating it through. Correct. We're a little component of their life change. They took the brave step of doing it. So it's all about working together. And again, it goes to the two things we're here for. We're here to learn and we're here to serve one another. And you are serving in a big way, which is just so resonates here at Healthy Lifestyle because serving other people is where we find our joy. Yes. And watching people thrive is where we find our joy. And being able to listen to these stories from the manufacturing side or from your business side, and then watching it connect with people on the people side who are coming in looking to explore what other opportunities that are out there. It's so amazing. I mean, I've had a teacher leave teaching to start her own mindful business. I've been able to watch people do this and excel. I've watched another person in financial district leave a big, huge financial company and start his own business and is just making, just so much success and making a lot of money and just helping so many hundreds of people. It's those successes that make us so happy. And
isn't that inspiring?
It is every day.
This is what inspires us.
This is why we love what we do.
That's true.
And what is your philosophy again?
So do what you love and you'll love what you do.
Forever. So what long-term goals do you have for the new company?
I think that it just needs to keep growing. I think that across Long Island, it'll get that kind of buzz. Yeah. It'll get companies that say, "Oh, how come I'm not on there? How come I'm not featured on there?"
They should take the step. They should come and speak to you, Lisa, right?
I don't have numbers in my head. I just feel like it's too long that people have been complaining about our workforce and about people leaving and about how come we don't
I don't resonate with complaints.
You know what? Enough.
Yeah.
Enough. We're done with that. It's time to move on. And right now, this is the time.
You're a solution. You're an answer. So there is nothing to complain about. Go Career Compass is right online. GoCareerCompass.com. It's Lisa Strahs-Lorenc. You can call her, speak to her directly. I know we're working together to do a couple of projects so I can get some of my information out there to help as many people as possible, because that's why I'm here, is to help other people jump hurdles as well. GoCareerCompass.com is what you're doing. I love your philosophy. But in the last few minutes, and I ask all my guests this, tell me what your why is. Why do you do what you do?
I think I want to make it better for others. I think that at some point I said, okay, what did I do wrong? And it wasn't my fault, but how come I didn't find the direction in the beginning? I thought, hey, what else could I have done? And I want to make it easier for other people. I want to make sure that other people don't feel, hey, I'm a failure, or, I could have done this, should have done this. It's really my own working out of my own struggles of what happened with my own life. And I'm very happy, believe me, I'm very happy with how the direction went and where things went. But it's real nice to be able to enable others.
So a little mentoring moment, and that's a beautiful why. But a little mentoring moment right here with you is you didn't do anything wrong. You were supposed to go on that journey. You were supposed to feel that pain. You were supposed to have those challenges in order for you to be who you are and doing exactly what you're doing right now. Because if you change anything that happened in your past, you wouldn't be who you are today. Right. And doing what you are today and having this passion and energy, this positive motivation that you have every single day. I have never seen you in a bad mood, ever. And I've seen you in all kinds of circumstances where I would be like, wow, she is just one dynamo. Because no matter how much was coming at you. You just handled it with a smile. And that is just, it's just so pure and so true and to the depths of your soul. It just oozes out of you and people just want to be around you. And there's a reason for that. So never look back at your life and your past as something of failure, because you learned all the way along and you're now taking all of those tools and doing this beautiful project called Go Career Compass. I know you're going to be doing other things. That's why I call it a project, because this is not the only thing you're going to do. And this is going to expand to something incredibly huge that you don't even see right now, but I can already see it down the line. It is amazing what you're doing, the opportunity that you're bringing forth. And also letting companies come out and tell their story, say what they're doing. You know, we get caught up in what we do every single day and think that everybody knows what we're doing, but you just don't. And when you have an opportunity like working with you, Lisa, and going to Go Career Compass, when you have that opportunity to talk about your business, that's an opportunity to get more people here. I can't thank you enough for being online.
I can't thank you enough for being. We have such kindred spirits.
I know.
Such positive mindsets. I love it, Lori Anne.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the opportunity.
I have great regard for you. I have great respect for what you're doing. Anything that I can do or Healthy Lifestyle can do to help you along your way, you know, we are here for you. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle. My heart is always lifted by sharing this time with you. And I want to remind you that we are here to serve one another. I say it every week. I'll continue to say it. So take a moment, step out of your day and do a little something for someone else. But also remember that all you have to do is a little something for yourself every day. And that could be changing some of your habits. Again, it only takes 21 days to build a habit and 90 days to create a new lifestyle. So you have these opportunities in front of you. Take them. Go to gocareercompass.com. Look at the opportunities there. Sign up. Get the things coming to you. You may not want to move today, but you may see something along the way that just ignites a passion in you. Pursue it. It's there. There's a reason why you're hearing this show today, because you're supposed to hear this message. Just don't forget that. In the meantime, thank you all for joining us on Healthy Lifestyle. Lisa, thank you again for being on. I'm Lori Anne Casdia. Until next time, play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big.